Will a volcano eruption end the world? Let's get into it. Hello, welcome to the Casparo channel. I hope you're all well. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. So, will a volcano eruption end the world? Is the end nigh? Now, I say this because in recent weeks there's been another volcanic eruption in Iceland and it was much ado about nothing. Now, I remember, let's say about 10-15 years ago, there was quite a large volcanic eruption on Iceland and all of Europe was sent into a panic. Because of the volcanic ash was supposed to be coming all over mainland Europe, all flights were grounded, nobody was allowed to fly, and it was all to do with the number of particulates in the air that could cause damage to aircraft engines. The interesting thing was that at the time we had clear blue skies, so everybody's looking up saying, well, where's the contamination? Nobody could see any plumes of smoke anywhere. And this was all based on forecast models. This volcanic ash coming over, then aircraft flying through the volcanic ash. And that's where you're going to get a really high concentration of volcanic ash particulates, which could obviously bring an aircraft down. But if you're not flying within that cloud of volcanic ash, then it's not really an issue. Then after about 3 or 4 days, they start to see sense and they said, yeah, okay, fine. We can let aircraft fly around again. And as long as they stay outside of the volcanic ash, you'll be fine. So a volcano can erupt. And it can cause extensive local damage, of course, and it can be a tragedy for those people living around all those places that are built up around it. But it doesn't mean that the world is going to end. Now, what could signify the end is if there's a chain reaction set off. Now, this could be for multiple volcanoes going off around the world at the same time or relatively close to each other. How much volcanic ash is then set up into the atmosphere? How much of the sun is blocked out and for how long? And how will that affect the climate over the world? And how will that affect the way individuals live? Can they breathe properly? Can they live from day to day? And once the resources get less and less, will people start fighting over these diminishing resources just to get by? That's probably the likelihood of the end of the world by a volcanic eruption. It's going to be based upon a chain reaction of a single large volcanic eruption or the chain reaction of other volcanoes erupting at the same time or very close to each other, and that causes a global climate meltdown, if you will. Now that in turn leads to chaos into supply chains of products and raw materials, and then people start to suffer. So I've no doubt that a volcanic eruption to a local area can be catastrophic, of course, but at a global level it really depends what the chain reaction is. And in terms of volcanic ash or a plume of volcanic ash, it really depends how that affects everything and where the winds or the jet stream will move that around the world as well. Now, no doubt, if a volcanic eruption is large enough, it will change the way we view the world. And we can see this throughout history, where volcanic eruptions, large-scale volcanic eruptions have occurred, and then there have been artist representations or depictions of landscapes, let's say, and the skies are always quite red. The theory is that the skies were actually quite red because of volcanic eruptions in other parts of the world. So for a few years later, there would be a lot more red skies. A lot of this was to do with particulates in the sky as well. What always concerns me with volcanic eruptions is not actually the volcano itself. And I'm not going to try and live near a volcano because, listen, I don't want to take that chance. But it's how governments and policymakers react to that in other parts of the world as well. Unless there's a chain reaction, there's nothing really to be concerned about. Unless you live right at the foot of the volcano, and unless there's a global chain reaction, there's really nothing to be concerned about. What is more concerning is how governments and policymakers and industries and multinational industries around the world react to something like that. Now, obviously, we can't discount any other chain reaction that can happen as well. Earthquakes, tsunamis, that kind of thing. So a lot has to happen subsequently to a volcano erupting that would signify the end of the world, let's say. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Are you concerned about volcanoes erupting? If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. And I will catch you again on another video coming very soon. Bye now.